What's up, guys? All right. It's been a while since I made a video. Kind of got caught in some stuff. I just figured it's Sunday. Let's shoot a video. Let's make a video. I don't even know. I didn't even decide like what topic I was going to talk about. I had trash I got to throw in. I got to take my trash out. It's overflowing. But I didn't decide. I really was like, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Talk this or that. I really didn't know. I'm not. I don't have like a topic today. I think today's just kind of like eh. Grab the IC title again. Probably my favorite title. I really do want to get in our belt, but I can't afford it right now. Bills be sucking. Could talk political stuff, but that's not what this is about. And quite frankly, I don't like talking political because it's just stupid. Y'all got your own political opinions, views, and you have the right to that. And I just don't want to. That's not what this channel's about. It's about wrestling. So I just thought, just kind of make an overview, just kind of things that come to my head, what we're going to talk about. We got Dynasty tonight. I'm not going to be getting Dynasty. I can't afford that, and everything. I can't afford the pay-per-view. That's one thing I really like about WWE and having their own network and having that deal. I think it's on with Peacock there right now. Pay-per-views being on that. I do have that monthly subscription. It's not bad. I can watch my pay-per-views and, it works out. I've gotten into Yellowstone, by the way. I know that's an old show, but I've been binge watching. I'm taking a break today. I literally just been watching episodes like crazy on that. Just kind of got into it, and I like it a lot. It's like Sopranos, Wild Wild West, modern day, just craziness. That's a good show. Sorry, going on a tangent. Back to wrestling, like I said. So we got Dynasty tonight. They got some good matches. And AEW, I've always said I like AEW. I do watch AEW, Collision, Dynamite. Those are their two main shows. I know they have the Ring of Honor. They bought Ring of Honor, and Ring of Honor, I'm not sure when it's on, but I don't watch Ring of Honor. Just like I don't watch TNA, but I kind of follow TNA more or less online, and kind of watch like their YouTube videos and shorts, but I don't have the TNA account thing you got to have to watch their shows. I don't watch their pay-per-views, more or less just watch the stuff online, little clips here and there. Same with the Ring of Honor kind of stuff. I've always said, though, and I harp on this a lot with AEW, but AEW just doesn't tell the story as well. The wrestling is amazing, but if you notice, this is something I find funny. We just had Ray Phoenix debut on SmackDown. Of course, we had wow. Y'all know who I'm talking about on Raw. You know who I'm talking about, Ray Phoenix. Wow. Miro. I do it wrong. Up. But you know who I'm talking about. I'm going to think about it after I end my video and everything. That's when I'm going to remember his name. But, we had Ray Phoenix. Basically, and Ricky Starks. But I think it's Ricky Saints there. He just won the title. The North American title, I think it is, on NXT. All the wrestlers, WWE is basically making a grab, for all the high tier guys that AEW has. That AEW, it's like once they build them in AEW, they seem to kind of go to WWE. Now, I don't know if that's because, WWE is just still considered basically, the brand. And these guys just, they've always wanted to go to the WWE, and the WWE calls their name and the contract's up in AEW, and they go back. I mean, there's rumors that Syria, that she's gonna go back to Paige, as we know her in the WWE, that she's gonna show back up in the WWE. Who knows? But it does seem like they like to. WWE does seem to like to take. I don't know if "take's" the right word. It does seem like WWE likes to get their hands on, or these wrestlers who contract come up with AEW, they go to WWE. maybe it's money, it's not, but WWE does tell a better story, you know. And WWE, I think they got a better chance of lasting longer than WWE because WWE, while their entertainment, their sports entertainment, you know, they said that, and they don't like their high risk stuff. They save the high risk for like WrestleMania. You know, we got WrestleMania coming around. Oh, God, what's today? The 7th, I think today is the 6th. I mean, 13 days away or something like that. You know, that's when they'll do their crazy stuff. That's when they'll let the performers do a little crazy. But, you know, Pento, there you go. I knew I was going to think of his name later, but you know, it's like that's when they let the wrestlers kind of the big pay-per-views and whatnot. That's when they kind of do the crazy stuff. But they are very smart with the wrestlers in that they try to protect the wrestlers from doing any harm to themselves by focusing more on the entertainment of it. And then, you know, it's like, okay, go big, you know, at the big show. They have been doing. We finally saw, you know, on SmackDown, we finally saw the confrontation, a physical confrontation between Rhodes and Cena, which was good because up to this point they'd just been talking, which again I think it was good for the moment, but they needed to have something going to WrestleMania. Now if they don't touch each other again till WrestleMania, that's okay, but I'm sure they're going to have something. You know, Cena's got to get his in. He's got to get his in, so he's going to do something, and that's fine, but they've been building storylines very well in WWE, especially going towards WrestleMania. I mean, this is WrestleMania. It's the biggest event in wrestling. You know, AEW's got they're in Texas for their All Out or whatever, All In, whatever, I can't remember, but they're going to Texas Stadium. I don't know how many that's going to build. I don't know if they're going to sell it out. I think they've been selling out their big shows in international AEW. I don't know if they're going to sell out in the U.S. I don't think they have the market in the U.S. like WWE does. I could be wrong, though, because AEW, they kind of changed what they were doing. They went into these small arenas, and they've been selling on TV well. And they've been looking on TV pretty good. But, again, it's hard to tell because that hard camera, they don't show behind the hard camera. And all the videos that come out, people take videos and they go, oh, they're not getting the crowds. It's showing behind the hard camera, and there's not that many people. Now, if you've ever been to a WWE event, which I'm sure people have, if you go there, look at the hard camera side, lots of times they block that off, and there isn't a lot of people there. Now, granted, they do that because they don't want to have it interfered with the cameras that are over there and all that, but they will have sections blocked off. AEW seems a little different in that they just don't sell seats there. Every time I'm in Albany, New York, whenever they come to Albany, New York, AEW, I've been to a couple of their shows. They don't sell a lot of tickets. There's a lot of open seats. You can buy a seat in the back and almost guaranteed you can walk a couple rows down, get a seat, and not have an issue. You know, no one come out going, that's my seat. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what their big show does. Their show's in July, I think. I think they're doing their show in July. Give me 1 second. I just got to adjust. I love my tracking camera. I got that a little while ago. Tracks. It's very nice. All right. So as I was saying, I think it's going to be, but we got, you know, again, this, I just made the video because I just haven't made it in a while, but I'm saying there was we had good Raw and SmackDown. I'm not going to go over everything that happened, you know, stuff kind of, you know, we had the, you know, on Raw, I think it was Cody Rhodes, all that. I know they cut a promo with Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. Honestly, I didn't listen to Kevin Owens. I'm kind of annoyed. They've been doing this with a lot right now going into WrestleMania. And there's a lot of promos being cut right now. You know, guys talking. And I'm okay with promos being cut. I think that's a very lost art in the business. But when I watch the shows, I just, you know, it's late at night. A lot of times I just want to see kind of the ending of stuff. And when I see these promos, I go, it's like, all right, you're going to see the promos going here and there. And I know Randy Orton hit, did an RKO to, I can't think of his name, the GM on SmackDown. And if you guys remember a long time ago, he did somewhere he did an RKO to him, and it was a $50,000 fine. He gave him a check for $100,000. He said that's for the next one. There you go. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another promo that's been getting a lot of talk was the Charlotte Flair and Tiffy time. I can't think of her last name for some reason, but anyways, or you know what they call her. Their promo where they kind of went. Now I did not know. I guess Charlotte Flair got a divorce recently or something. I don't know. I don't follow their lives like that, like some people do. I don't. But she's, you know, Tiffy is with Kiger, and there were some promos that were cut there that were pretty personal. Now, I'm sure ahead of time they agreed on that. You don't do something that personal without agreeing with the other person that you're going to go that personal. Maybe they didn't, but it was very, it leads great to the WrestleMania, and that should be a good match. A lot of people said that Tiffany, whatever, I can't remember her last name. Sorry. A lot of people though I compared her to Charlotte Flair, and that she could be the next Charlotte Flair. Or she could be taking that kind of spot. We'll see. I've never been a huge fan of Charlotte Flair. Athletic is amazing. I mean, she's definitely can do it in the ring, but I always felt like she was given. She has like 14 championships already. I always felt like that she used the name is what got her those, not her ability in the ring or anything, her promos or anything. I thought it was a name thing. Personal opinion. Again, think she's a great athlete. I think she's a great wrestler, but again, I always thought she's put in the top position, given the title for the name. That's really all I gotta say. It's already 11-minute video, and I try to keep these pretty short. So I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. I'm hopefully having another video up soon. I definitely will have another WrestleMania up, or excuse me, another video up before WrestleMania. I'm actually going to my friend's house for WrestleMania, so I won't be doing any kind of live posting or any kind of videos. I won't take any videos there. Just be respectful of other people. Not everyone wants to be on camera or feels comfortable doing that. I'm sure I'll have something up, but I guess I'll at least have one more video before then. Hopefully a couple before. But that's it from you guys. Thank you for the time. Thank you for watching. If you want to like, subscribe, that's great. Please put comments down if you want me to talk about something. Give me ideas. That'd be great. But I thought I'd put something out there real quick. But enjoy the Sunday, guys. Fortunately, weekend went quick, and back to the work week starting tomorrow. But enjoy the weekend, guys, and y'all have a good one. Peace.